Can you hear me?
First of all, can you hear us? Hello.
Hello.
Jon Smith.
How you doing?
I've heard that you are the longest current resident of the Potrero housing. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
You
correct.
are not the oldest resident.
No.
But you are the longest standing.
Yeah, at that address.
So, John, can you see this picture?
This is in South Park.
South Park?
Yeah, because it all started. You want me to tell you where
it all started?
It all started at Stanford Hospital, somewhere around Galileo High School, somewhere in that area.
In what year?
1947. Almost made me forget.
1947.
Yeah, and that was a little side street. I forget. It was right off of Brannan, I think.
Shipley?
Well, Shipley was over across the way. I could just tell that Shipley was over here, more or less in that area.
So who's in the picture?
I don't know. I don't know.
But this is where you were born. How long did you live on Shipley?
Oh, no. See, you see how young I am. We started, that's where I stayed with my aunt on Shipley Street, until we moved over on Channel Projects.
And then you moved in what year?
I don't know. It has to be somewhere around 51, 50. 50,
you were about
51.
6 or 7 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And then this...
This is going to be vague, so, you know...
let's go the other way. Okay. Now, this is the Channel Projects, right? And that's on Iowa?
That's 1229 Iowa. Never forget that. And it's section off between Pennsylvania and 3rd Street, 25th, and Caesar Chavez, which used to be Army Street.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And how long did you live there? No idea?
No. I'm not good. I'm not too good on you.
So,
I had another one of me on a bicycle, and the hills, it slopes up from where that is there. And I don't know who took the picture, but evidently, thank goodness they did. And it was just a general area, housing development. You can see how it is. It was on sticks or platforms. I guess everything that was looked like pre-war. It looked like everything was just hastily built for the people to work at the shipyard.
This was housing for the shipyards at the time.
Probably, yes.
Is what you think. Now, what kind of things, so you walked to, what school did you go to?
Oh, there we go. I went to Ivan Scott School.
Ivan Scott.
Ivan Scott. I call it Ivan Scott School. It was from Channel Project all the way down to where Ivan Scott is today.
So that's on Tennessee?
Yes, I believe so.
So what kind of things did you do around that neighborhood after school?
Homework.
Oh, I don't believe you. Not entirely.
In them days when your mother say do homework, you don't know. You just do homework. You clean up the home or whatever.
So what kind of things went on in the neighborhood? Like, did you get down to Butchertown and down to?
Well, that came after I came to Potrero Hill. You get over there, because I think I was still too young to go over in that area.
So when you were here, you just
it was. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You just went home after school and you play in the neighborhood.
you bypassed, because there was a S&S pie factory right there. So, you know, they always had, in them days, they give kids some pies that didn't make the.
I thought that was Horner pie. No,
I thought it was S&S.
Oh, well, you know better than I do.
It's right by the overpass there. It used to be on the corner.
Where now?
Off, where the food bank is. Let's back up. And you go over the ramp, which is the train, and I'm getting, and it was right on the corner.
Toward Army?
Yeah. No, going towards 3rd Street. It was on the corner. It was a corner building, so you could say, yes, going to Army. And, yeah, S&S Pie Factory.
And then
it was Pie Factory.
And from Iowa Street, where'd you go next?
Where we moved to 1267 Wisconsin Street.
Wisconsin Street. That's where you still live?
Still live.
But I think, are we still down on Iowa
Street? No, we still in. Oh, there we go. Family reunion. That's.
Oh, okay.
Me, of course. The gentleman is my dad. And my mom is to the right, all the way. Emily Smith. And that's once upon a time.
Now this, so this location is on Iowa.
I think that's yeah, it is on Iowa Street. Yes. And ask me who they are, it's a blank.
Well, so did they?
It was relatives. It was relatives.
It's all family
and friends. Yes.
And you think most of them lived in the neighborhood, or they came from all over?
A lot of people from all over. Yes. You know, it wasn't just projects. People had houses, and it was just that's the way it was. You know.
And then, so from Iowa, where did you go next? Well, you already told me, Wisconsin.
Yes. And then, my words on this, like going to Shangri-La between Iowa Street and the area.
Well, is that your mom in the picture?
That's her. And
that's your mom, and that's her garden?
Yeah, that is. It really was.
So tell me a little bit about what it was like when you moved up there. What were the, you know, right now it looks a little barren if you go up through
Not really, but
but these days it looks really lush.
Yeah, you can see, yeah, oh, now, oh, I see, yes, now, yeah. You see that fuzzy gentleman there? It looked like he came out the woods. You know, at the foot of Wisconsin Street, where they have all the apartments, that used to be nothing but one big old fennel farm. Nothing but shrubs and everything. So that I look like I just came out of that. If anybody ever remember how that looked.
But let's go back to the picture before.
Go ahead. Yes, please.
But I mean, really quite a difference where you were standing there.
It is.
But now there's all kinds of.
Basically, you can see the pictures. It was different. It's totally different. That was rolling green grass. That was, for me, coming from Channel Project of hard rock. And, I mean, everybody make do with where their surroundings are. But coming to right there at that time in 1955, for this single kid here, that was Shangri-La. Yeah.
So instead of, there weren't fences, there were hedgerows, right?
Yeah, right. They did, yeah. Everywhere you, well, basically where the line of the back part was, well, you see the bushes over there, they're grown wild, but we had trees all through that. That was like, you know, Sherwood Forest or something.
So who took care of the landscape?
They had gardeners, about 3 per block.
3 per block in the Potrero housing?
In 1955. Huh? Oh, yeah, yes, they did. So they was well maintained.
So what'd your mom grow?
Well, I don't know.
Not vegetables?
She was, you had it in there. She had a little garden. She was what they was called, I forgot what type of nurse.
Vocational nurse, licensed?
No, they had a different name, same thing, practical nurse.
Practical
nurse.
Right. That was her, she was a practical nurse?
Yes, she said when I was old enough to understand, she said she'd take care of her little ladies, her clients, or whatever. But I guess on that day she felt festive. She was out there, she was in the garden, she was, you know, of the 50s, that had to be the 50s style, and she made her own clothes a lot of times, so. She's very,
Now, where were you, at this point, where were you going to school?
I don't even know who took the picture, really, at that time. I was going to school, Starr King, old Starr King.
And where was that?
Over the freeway. I mean, going towards Potrero, where I don't know the name of the school that's there now.
Buena Vista or something?
Yeah, Buena Vista. Marshall? Okay. Well, it had the same design and style, Old Starr King, as they did I'm Scott. So they had that type of material upstairs, about 2 stories, had metal for fire, you know.
Now, did you go to school alone or within groups of kids?
Well, you go with whoever goes over there, because you went to school by what district you were in them days. I don't know if they still do it like that.
And who were your friends?
A young man named David Montgomery. A lot of people. And he just came because he was a single child like I was. I guess we just bonded together, so to speak, in them days.
Did you walk, and you walked to school together?
Oh, yeah, walk through. You ever seen them hills on 25th Street? Them little, them little two mean short ones, man.
Did you carry your lunch?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In those days,
it wasn't no,
right?
yeah.
Was no cafeterias?
No, it wasn't. That was later.
And what'd you guys do on the way home from school?
I don't know, mischief. No, we didn't.
Well, what was mischief like in those days? Tell me about mischief.
You had it was just, first of all, you had to gear up walking up that hill. You know, you weren't thinking about nothing but you don't look up because it keeps going on and on and on. You're bringing back bad memories here now. I'm getting tired.
What was homework like?
Average. It was still the same. Nothing never changed. Nothing never changed for years. It was do your homework, make sure the house clean, and make sure you don't let nobody in.
So those are the jobs of the latchkey kid.
I was about to say I was one of them latchkey kids. Yes, I was.
So what were the rules again?
Do your homework, clean the house, and don't let nobody in.
Do your homework, clean the house, and don't let nobody in.
It was a thing called. It didn't get much because it was. I'm sorry, it was a thing. I forgot what they call it now. When corporal punishment or whatever, you know. You know, your mother didn't kill you, your father didn't kill you. You felt like you was being killed, but you weren't. You know, it didn't take much, man. You didn't let nobody in.
So was this the time when you ran the carts down Connecticut Street?
Oh, well, yeah. As you grow older, you get your little click in there as anything, and then it was the big wheel of the day was make your own roller coaster. Just go down to the scrap metal yard, get some ball bearings, get some 2x4s and I guess by 4x8 whatever plywood sheet. And if you want to get fancy, I told you, if you want to get fancy, you go find a nice big white steering wheel that might have came off a Plymouth. You know, you can't find none of that stuff nowadays. None of it. But go downhill, Connecticut was the killer. So
you started at the top of Connecticut and go all the way down to 16th?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize how crazy I was. You know? I mean, you wouldn't even think about doing something like that today, man. Not at all.
Well, who stopped the side traffic?
Well, what side traffic? See what I'm saying? You know, we did stuff that was considered, insane nowadays. You riding down. I even had a flexi. You know, there's some of them when you're on the East Coast, they got sleds on them. West Coast, they got the wheels and that's just as crazy. But that was, that was fun.
Did the wheel actually turn the wheels?
Actually, you put a make like you go in with soapbox derby. You put a line, you put a broom handle. They had the cord.
Somebody taking notes because I've never built one of these.
They had the cord that you hung up your clothes with, and then you nailed over here, and you lined it up to turns. Or you had your feet out like that, and you go. That was the way.
So what else did you do for fun?
What did your mother say about that?
She didn't know. She was working.
Nothing. So, no, I mean, she would have some words if she knew.
So the next school you went to was Everett for junior high?
Yes.
Same location as it is today, and you walked? Or the bus?
No, caught the bus. It was 35 Rica. It came up from Army Street. It was still Army Street. And it turned on Connecticut and came up 26th Street, and then it followed the route of the 48. And then now the 35 Eureka is over there, or Castro, I believe.
Yeah.
But it used to run right in front of the house.
Before Everett, though, didn't you go to Starr King at the new location?
Okay, both Starr Kings, yes.
Both Starr King.
Oh, is this the new one?
There's a top of the hill. No, okay, yeah. There you go.
Yep.
And there was projects over here, too.
So, what are these schools changing all the time? Are they getting more and more modern, or the same kind of classrooms? With
No. Everything
was
accommodate to the way society is going now. You know, I don't, you know, you got people coming all over. They're trying to find the best schools. Like I said before, you went to school on the district where you lived. Yep. And that's the way it was, yeah.
Right. So then from Everett, you, tell me when you started playing music.
Oh, that goes back to, that was a period. I used to go to, where was I? Oh, there's a lot in between on that one. I used to go to Daly City, and there was an Italian gentleman, Mr. De Leon Studios. It was right by the National Guard Armory. I don't even know if it's still there. And when you go up the hill and start going down, there was a National Guard and he was an old Italian maestro. So, you know, he didn't play around. He was my mother, no playing around. No. But I started with the trumpet, then I went to B-flat clarinet, and then rotate through that. Sorry I didn't make the hit parade or anything like that.
So you were still at Starr King when you were going to Daly City?
Yeah. Yes, I was.
And then
because that was after school, so I catch the 14 Mission. I remember that. I know it had to be 14 Mission, and it stopped at the top of the hill. I don't think it still stops up there. And then I would walk over to the studio and then make it back. Did a couple of did in front of solo in front of a number of people once. That was Rock of Ages. Yeah. So
did you play in high school bands or
junior high? I started junior high because after that it was trombone for a minute at Everett. At Everett.
Now, when did you attend the Columbia Boys and Girls School?
Oh, that was go back when I was 7 years old. I went a year ahead because I was big for my age. So, and then I took swimming.
Now, is that
everything?
Boys and Girls Club still around?
It was not the Boys and Girls Club. It was Columbia Park Boys Club, sponsored by the Sons of Italy, and that was a good place. It was a great.
And how'd you get in there?
My mother, I guess, got me in. It was I don't think it was anything to restrict me, but like I said, all I remember is because I think it was the age of 8 that they started, but I was big for my age. That's all I know. And that was about the best thing, you know. For 2 weeks, she got rid of me, and I played. You know, that's what parents do, you know.
So this was a summer thing. This was in the summer.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
And is it still around?
Except for the last year, I went to the age of 13. I went to camp every year. Then I went to the boys' clubs up at Mendocino, the Skunk Railroad area.
Oh,
and that was the last year because I got to be a teenager, and teenagers don't do stuff like that. you get at a certain stage, little kid, you fish and whatever. You get a teenager, you just want to go be cool for the girls, the ladies. And when you get old, you fish and whatever. So it goes. Yeah, it goes into.
So when you were you were fishing around the time that you were at Everett, right?
Well,
what kind of fishing?
Yeah,
but I want to back up a little bit. Tell me about the fishing stories.
Used to be fishing on what you call Pier 90, and that's where, if you know where the bridge is at on 3rd Street, I'm gonna keep going that way.
So around over India Basin.
Yes. The only thing is original from what I see is the firehouse. But it used to be a bar right next to the firehouse. The firehouse, the scales, and them grain silos, those was there. And go all the way to the back, there used to be canneries, all kind of canneries, salmon canneries. I don't know which, but they used to chum whatever they don't put in the cans into the water, and it was great fishing.
So what'd you use for bait?
Anything, beef heart. You went to, when you mentioned Butchertown, you went to, it was James Allen's and Sons, I think. They used to bring the cows down 3rd Street, right there and take a
Really?
break. Yeah. And used to go be in there. And it's weird because now, I mean, it's not weird because now, they have laws and the kids can't go in the slaughterhouses because they say it's dangerous, but we went in there, the stuff. Oh, you wouldn't believe the stuff that they threw away now they sell. They don't throw away nothing. They don't throw away nothing. But that used to be the bait or whatever. You know, you didn't have to buy none or nothing like that. So went to many things. And another enjoyable adventure was going through the train tunnel.
Okay, yes, all right.
No, they have 2 tunnels there.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, and the one you go in, the one on this side is active, the one on this side is not. And then all of a sudden, one day, one wanted to come through. So you know that was.
So where did the tunnels go? Where did they?
No, they're still there.
But where did they go from and to?
Oh, they go right where they go today. Amtrak goes through today.
Oh, those the same ones
Yeah,
that Amtrak.
yeah. They come out.
Short distance.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go, as an adult, I know better. I wouldn't go in there. It's scary. You can't see down there.
So then where'd you go to high school?
Everett, briefly, just briefly.
No, Everett?
No, I mean, I'm sorry. See, I'm Galileo Lion.
And
briefly now. Don't throw rocks.
What'd you do for work in those days? Pickup work. I know that
it wasn't. It wasn't like that. It was. I had a friend, Clarence Watson, Amir Watson, God rest his soul. But he used to find all these crazy places for us to do stuff. And there was a movie theater up there by 39th and Mission, where the hardware store caught on fire.
Right, Cole.
It used to be, and we did the little, I forgot what they call them, the little cube, the little outside, hang outside
the box office thing?
No, it was on the roof. The little, they shoot arrows in the air, shoot arrows at you to make you fall in love, little cupids.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we painted them pink and stuff like that. Excuse me, I'm spraying. I hope I ain't getting on the first row there. You know, it's crazy, you know, $13 or something like that, you know, all 4 of us. Great time. And one summer, briefly, they used to have on McAllister and Fillmore where you could go farm labor shop or something like that. And we went out one time and they did a lot of stoop work, and I didn't know what the word stoop work at that age. And I'm about 13, 14. We all were the same age. And we was out there getting onions, and it was down by Bakersfield or somewhere. And it was so hot. And you bent over with a little sharp knife like that. I'm surprised I don't even mess with onions today. And then we start throwing at each other, and they kicked us out. So,
so now they took you down in the bus. Is that?
Yeah. In them days, you could do. You know, you look back at it. That was some crazy stuff. But now, you know, people was out there for real. People was out there because they had their families out there. They wouldn't know, you know, they had to, and we was out there playing because we got bored, and it was hot. But, you know, I realized later on in life, because they had families out there, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids, and, you know, they out there, and whatever they make, you know, that was the day for that day.
So you at 13, you'd get on the bus and you go down to Bakersfield?
We just did that one time. I told you we was barred from Boston that day. They wouldn't go allow us in there no more. It might have been another one, but that stands out in my mind. It's that onion peel, just like the movie.
So we're bouncing around a little bit, but
yeah, that's the story of my life anyway.
After Galileo, you went into the Army.
Yes.
Is that true? And how long were you there?
Huh?
How long were you in the Army?
3 years.
And then
that was
when you were discharged, you moved back to Potrero Hill?
Well, I never left, because that's always been, even on my passport, that's always been my address.
It's your, But you lived in Germany during.
Well, yeah, Uncle Sam had something to say about that. So. Fortunately, yes, it was a great experience. Great experience.
And then when you moved back, so you got you have a daughter that I know of?
No, did you meet her?
Is that
yeah.
Is that not true?
I don't know.
All right, that's it.
Are you out here, daughter dear? You anywhere? Stick your hand up. No, I guess not. Okay.
Well, I think we're going to have to take some questions now.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you got something?
I want something to say.
All right.
Where that guy? Okay, the guy you saw up there, like I said, came out the wilderness. Now, what you see today is the lady named, I'm forgetting your name, Patricia West, who's gonna kill me in a minute. Would you please stand up?
Uh-oh.
Come on. Yeah, that lady. And the gentleman next to her, Mr. Williams, who's been here forever. Now, that's the man who knows Potrero Hill more than I. Stand up, Ronald K. Williams, please. Yeah.
Now that's the gentleman that was standing up long time.
Yeah, that's my mentor. That's my mentor. He's hiding over there, but yes, if I ever get them pictures, But yes.
So now,
answer the question. Oh yeah.
These folks are your neighbors on Wisconsin?
Yeah. Well, he tried not to be, but anyway, yeah. She is.
So what else? What do you all want to? What do you all want to know about Jon's recollections of Potrero Hill? Can we get the house lights up?
Okay. One more thing. I'm a Potrero Hill snob. I don't tell you nothing. I don't tell you your secrets of this hill because it got wild. I mean, wonderful places I consider up here.
Well, so tell me some of the secrets.
No. I can tell you, I could go back when Wendy Takura said we got a winding road up here. I said, oh God. You know, I said, oh God, why she,
Where'd she find that?
She did it one time and I caught it, and that's what I said. Wendy Takura, Channel 4, see? Yeah. Nobody came because they can't make it around. Hey, you can't do that, man. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Hey, you look younger in person, man.
Go ahead.
Anybody
want to ask? Way over there.
Hi, I was interested in the channel houses that were shown earlier, those little tiny box houses.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm wondering two things. What were they like to live in? And have you thought about the proposals for current homeless people to come back with these little tiny houses? Have you thought about that? What was it like to live in those houses? What were they like? And would you recommend something like that today or not?
They look that small to you. You saw the family with all the people, all the family. I know it's family of some sort. Plus with me on my father's hip.
So I don't think the houses are as small as.
No, I know what he talking about. Like they show in Japan. They little cubicle, but they're a little bit bigger than that, about the size of a smaller one apartment. I mean, not apartment, but one room. And everything in it, but that was not like that, because also what you saw was a single story. They had double stories up the hill. There's a little slight incline, then they'd be laid out one like that, 4 stories, a staircase going in the middle, a house on the bottom, on the bottom, 2 houses, one on each side, same way upstairs. And you might have about 3 or 4 different families. From my recollection, I'm not an architect on that, but go ahead. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead. Hi, Joan.
Did you grow up with OJ?
Huh?
The OJ question.
I was waiting for that. We all grew up together. We all grew up together. We all went. That's one thing about in them days. We all went to each other's house and everything. OJ, his brother, his sister, and 2 sisters. Yeah.
Jon, you mentioned something interesting.
You want that, huh?
What OJ?
No, I was just.
There was that. OJ had a health problem.
Well, I don't know why that's such a.
Because he's such a great football player.
Evidently,
that's a surprise.
It helped him be a great football player. But yeah, when we came up, he had his. Like you had cerebral palsy, they had the braces. I'm sure, just think if he didn't have the braces. You know, but everything, whatever it is, everybody has some sort of problem physically sometimes. But that's the best I could tell you. We all grew up together. Yeah, I could say he grew up with me.
In the back. Go ahead.
Did you know Anola Maxwell and Barbara Hatter?
Hatter, I met Miss Maxwell, but not personally, no. But I know who she is. School named after her.
Did you know John Greenberg? Did you go up to
at the gym? Yes, yes, yes.
Football,
everything.
Jesse Wilson.
Now you can tell. You see that man who's looking around now. He could tell you everything about Greenberg too, Mr. Williams. But I know you're asking me, but I'm fending it back over here because I said he's my man. Go ahead.
You know my good friend Mike Brown?
No,
Mike Brown.
No.
He lived on the other side.
Okay, look, let me explain something about this brain here because I forget a lot of things. If I don't see you for a while, I set you back over here. If it's Greenberg's, I can't forget. Miss Rose, yes. Miss Thomas. Yes. Yeah, see, you left two out.
Yes, Keith.
Did you spend time at the neighborhood house in those days?
You know what? I went to the gym, and that's as far as I went, because the gym was the most, neighborhood house had its own thing, but gym was, for me, just talking about per se, because a lot of people did a lot of activities with the neighborhood house, but no, I was at the gym a lot. I should have a picture somewhere up in there. That's where you went doo-wopping. You went in the boys' bathroom, you know, they had good acoustics, man. For those of you who went doo-wop is the forerunners of what I'm talking to this group for. They know what rock and roll is. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Do you remember the Dutch Boy paints on Kansas?
Yes, it was.
When you walked up the hill from Dutch Boy, were there homes on the left-hand side that got moved for free?
I don't know about moving. I was going to also mention the best thing of seeing Potrero Hill is the streets of San Francisco.
Yes.
That shows you look over there by the school and see a whole bunch of houses not there. You see one on the end where all the steps is at, and empty space up here, except for a few homes. And all through, and you'll see that weed patch I was talking about. But streets of San Francisco, they did a lot of shooting up here, a lot of shooting.
Could you talk about what's happening with your neighborhood now?
I'm trying to fight to get the houses, make sure everybody get a fair shake. Unfortunately, and I'm talking about myself, so you can't, not know what you're hearing. As far as I see it, it still goes with the money. And it look like, especially around the line, I'm gonna start something here, where the fence is running out, they have the project here and they got a dog walking path. I think they might, whoever the powers may be, might try and move all them trees out the way. Now you got a couple of hawks up there, family hawks, and whatever. And that's a nice place, but sometimes the view wheels out. Sometimes the view wheels out because that's a great view. You see the whole Bay Area. I'm not sure, but I'd be a fool not to think that.
So how is the relocation going? Do you know much about that?
Relocation.
I mean, are people, is it?
They want the first, okay, where they building, they call it Project X. That's where I'm supposed to be moving from. Over to there, maybe. But they change it around. They start bringing up a lottery. We protested against the lottery. We want the people who've been there. Then if they want to bring others in, fine. If that sounds kind of, I made a statement. I'm not going nowhere. I don't want to go to Pittsburgh. I don't want to go to Oakland. I don't have that far to go in the world, so, right there. I understand progress. I understand what they, but not on my hill. And I say my hill because I told you I'm a snob, man. I told you I'm a snob.
Well, I think we did it. I think that's a good opportunity to take a break from this.
Thank you, everybody.
Jon, thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking with you. Thank you.